Welcome everyone to Thanksgiving Wine Review Special with Ryan the Wine Guy. This is the wine review. And I will be tonight, or this afternoon, evening, whenever it is you're watching, a white wine from Spain, from the Rudea region. It is a Sauvignon Blanc. It is the Heredros del Marques de Riscal 2015 Sauvignon Blanc. That's the wine. The glass. Got a nice, really good color on this one. A nice kind of light gold. Yellow. Clear. We're coming in at about... where is it on here? 13% alcohol. You want to serve this chilled, and it's a very inexpensive wine. I want to say $9.99. You can maybe even get it $8.99. Maybe at most $10.99. I don't think it would go that high. So you're looking at between the $8 to $10 range. It pretty much says the same thing as the last one I did from this wine, which was a red wine. I think I did. Actually, no. The last one I did was a white one, but that was Heredros white wine. So this is a different grape. This is a Sauvignon Blanc. The last one was Heredros, which is a primary white wine of Spain. That's of the region. So I'm not really going to read the first paragraph because I believe I read that last time. It says the same thing. I'll just read you a little bit about what this particular wine has to say. This wine is made from the French Sauvignon Blanc grape, cultivated by Marques de Riscal and Heredros since 1974. High in aromatic intensity, it reveals ripe fruit and hints of citrus, pineapple, and grapefruit. Sounds really good. On the palate, a crisp and fresh attack with mineral notes is followed by a long, herbaceous finish. It is fermented for 20 days in stainless steel vats and controlled temperatures between 13 and 16 degrees Celsius. This wine is a perfect match for many shellfish and pasta dishes, ideal as an aperitif. Best served between 8 and 10 degrees Celsius. I'm having this with Thanksgiving dinner tonight. As I said, Sauvignon Blancs in my last video and the one before that, Sauvignon Blancs are not something you typically might associate with Thanksgiving dinner, but they're not something that you can't have. I feel that with Sauvignon Blancs, the zestiness, the crispness to it can sort of well balance out all the other flavors that you're having with Thanksgiving dinner. It's a very safe wine, especially if you're having a lot of people over for dinner and you really don't know what everyone likes. It's always best to have a little bit of something. I would say it's good to at least have 3 different reds and 3 different whites. Reds, I would say definitely a Pinot Noir, a Zinfandel, and then maybe something maybe like a Merlot or a Cab. Just something that for somebody else who might not necessarily want Zin or Pinot. Whites, I would definitely recommend a Chard. I would recommend a Sauvignon Blanc. And I would definitely probably recommend a Pinot Grigio. A Pinot Grigio is something that's pretty safe. But this is going to be the Sauvignon Blanc from the Rudea region in Spain. So with that, on the nose, and just so you all know, Sauvignon Blancs are very different from region to region. They will not really all taste the same, and they will not all smell the same. That's really why I love Sauvignon Blancs, because just depending on the region, it is always different. But here we go with this Sauvignon Blanc on the nose. Wow. You do get this citrusy, sort of like an orange peel. Definitely huge lemon lime notes. Grapefruit notes. Other type of melons. I want to say I get a little bit of cantaloupe. Pineapple. There's no grass smell at all in this, so that's something that's different than some of the ones that you would get from the New Zealand region. It is kind of crispy though. A little bit of minerality. Some stone on there. Overall, very clean, very alive with those citrusy fruits on the palate. Very lovely, very powerful burst of all those flavors that really match the nose. What's really sticking out though is that grapefruit. Grapefruit you typically would find in all Sauvignon Blancs. Just it depends on whether or not it's a very forward grapefruit or a very laid back grapefruit. This I feel the grapefruit is very noticeable up in front. But then I'm also kind of getting this pineapple kick coming up. Very lemony, very limey, but also again you match that minerality. Has this really just mineral taste to it. Coming up late, but it's a very long-lasting wine. It's still dancing on the tongue. Still that pineapple, that grapefruit, pretty much everything that's matching the nose. Really not getting so much of that orange peel that I said was on the nose, but I'm definitely getting that sort of lemon lime zest to it. Very nice, just easy drinkable wine. I would say this would really pair well tonight with Thanksgiving. I think it's also good by itself. I think it's a safe wine to drink any time of the year. I mean, maybe not when it gets to be like 0 degrees in some places, depending on where you live. I know here in Maryland it can get pretty cold. And where I used to live in Denver, I wouldn't like drink in like January, February. But it's still safe to drink now, and definitely during the summertime. This is a real crispy, refreshing summertime wine as well. Maybe even early spring. I'm going to give this a... again, it's hard. With Sauvignon Blancs and regions, it's always hard to really rate wines that are grown in multiple regions. But it's a Sauvignon Blanc. It's a very different one than California and New Zealand's that I've had. It's that minerality to it that I still kind of taste, kind of giving this. It actually now has sort of like a metallic finish at the end now, as it's now going away. It sort of has this metallic to it, which is kind of now what I'm actually now. I was going to give it a 4.5, but I now think I'm going to give it a 4. It has too much of a metallic finish at the end. Nothing really bad, but I kind of want to steer away from wines that have sort of that metallic finish at the end. And that's something that sometimes Sauvignon Blancs do at the very, very end. It just kind of now has this like funk to it. So overall, I would say still something that you want to pair with good foods, or if you're going to drink it, drink it. Don't just sip and let it settle, or you will get that metallic taste. I feel like this is a wine to drink, and a wine maybe to have some water or to have a little snack with if you're going to try to enjoy it on its own, not with a meal. Have some sort of snack with it to sort of get rid of that metallic taste at the end. So 4 to 5, very enjoyable. Me necessarily, I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to buy it again. I didn't even buy this. It was one of the wines from a few weeks ago that we were doing wine tasting, so I got it for free. Yay me. But I would say definitely try it out. Where to buy it? Need to be at a liquor store that has a huge selection of wines. I really would not anticipate just finding this at some just liquor store that just has like a small wine selection. You need to go to large selections that have a distinctive, like California, Spain, French wine, and have very distinctive long shelves of regions. You should be able to find it there. Here's what it looks like again. Since I'm pronouncing it, I'm just butchering the pronunciation. But I believe it is Heredros del Marques de Riscal. I know I probably pronounced it 3 different times, but this is what it looks like. And they make quite a few different wines, as I said. A few weeks ago, I did their Verdeo white wine. They also make a couple good red wines. I'm not really sure offhand what those were, because we finished those all a few weeks ago. But overall, I like it. I really like Spanish wine. Aside from California Cabs and California Sins, I would say out of country-wise, at least because I live in the United States, I would say Argentina Malbecs and Spanish wines, all different types, from the Rioja region, from this Rudea region. I would say Spanish wines are my second favorite outside of the U.S. wines. I'm trying to get in the French wines. I'm trying to get in the Italian. I'm trying to go with the Old World. Those sometimes can be hit and miss. And I just think it's because New World wines are just kind of making people forget how the old wines truly are. And so people are starting to really get used to these California wines, these Argentina, these Australian, these South Africa wines. And they're just really forgetting how the true wines used to be. And, I think that's unfortunate, which is why I'm really going to try to maybe at the New Year, my New Year's resolution, I'm doing it a month and a half in advance. New Year's resolution, do more French and Italian wines. That's what I want to do for you all next year. But until then, this was the Spanish Sauvignon Blanc from the Rudea region. And I'm Ryan, the Wine Guy, wishing you all a happy Thanksgiving. If you don't live in the United States, or if you're not American, still happy day to you. And until next time, I'm Ryan, the Wine Guy. Cheers.